Oh, Bubba Ninja 720 here, bringing you part 50 of my live stream playthrough for Final Fantasy XIV. When we last left off, we took care of the Halloween event for this year, and also we dabbled a slight little mockery into, whatchamacallit, the Fall Guys event. And then we did some story, ended it off on a very sad note. Why did this get turned off? How you doing, little bro? Oh yeah, because I didn't pick the next mission up. That's why it's not there. Okay, so basically, the Ashians know that I don't have my Warrior of Light blessing anymore. The light blessing has been extinguished. So they have decided, or one of them has decided, to go on the offensive, kidnapped Minfilia, and then also took Tupsimati, which was the staff of Louis Soir. Critically injured, recovery from what? I'm gonna make sure to get Lefty this time. Basically, Monbrita got critically injured, and then we fought Nabrielis, we kicked his ass, thought we were gonna wipe for a second there, but we did it, one go, and then we were about to kill Nabrielis off, and we didn't have enough power to do it, so Monbrita sacked herself to give us that punch we needed to kill her, to kill Nabrielis. So. Oh. Well, hopefully it doesn't stay sprained. And hopefully they're treating you better than they did to me when I hurt my shoulder. You got your workers' comp, right? Yeah. In memory of Monbrita. As Monbrita was a native of Charlian, I feel it is only fitting that we gather before the Mark of the Scholar. Are you familiar with the stone? It is a monument found in Rathafrost and is sacred to Thalia, guardian deity of the City of Learning. There shall we pray for our dear friend's soul and bid her a peaceful return to the light of the Mother Crystal. Yeah, it doesn't sound good. Yeah, my shoulder still bothers me. Now, I also did a tally. I looked up the list of the main story quests, including this mission. We have, I think, 17 quests left in the storyline before we hit Heaven's Ward. My goal today is hopefully to hit those 17 missions up and get to the Heaven's Ward. I'm going to try and skip the credits. If I can't skip the credits, I'll probably just end it there because it's about an hour and 38 minutes of credits, which I'm not going to subject y'all to. Thankfully, it's only, if I remember correctly, it's just the only thing separating me from Heaven's Ward now is a singular trial. There are no more dungeons, raids, stuff like that. I will eventually have to do Crystal Tower, but I'm going to just save that for another time. I just want to break into Heaven's Ward right now. Yeah. I've just been playing Final Fantasy. In my bit of time that I've been able to. Have you tried Diablo 4 yet? I have. I have not. Kind of gave up on Blizz, especially since they got bought out by Microsoft.
Forgive me, Moonbreeder. Had I been quicker or wiser, but I was not, and you paid the price. But you would not suffer us to wallow in our sorrow, would you? You would tell us to pick ourselves up and get on with it. And so we shall. We shall defend this realm and her people to the last.
Foreshadowing.
Life for death, a fair exchange. Other bargains will be struck.
Yeah, there was talk about World of Warcraft being pulled to my Xbox since it got bought. It's like, hey, it might come to console pretty soon. And I'm like, yeah, Xbox only. Sadly, can't come to PlayStation because you know, rivalry and all that jazz. I told a few buddies of mine that still play WoW, if they brought it to console, specifically PlayStation, I would potentially go back to it. But yeah, it's pretty much a moot point now that it's been bought out. That sucks. I gotta go back to the Rising Stones. So were you a corporate zombie for Halloween this year again, bro? I know I was. We have said our farewells. The pall of sadness has diminished but little. Forgive me. As antecedent, it is my job to be the pillar of strength for all others to lean upon. But I also believe the grief we feel now is precious in its own way, and not to be lightly swept aside. Do you not agree, hero? Ooh, was that 7,000 gil? I think that might have been 7,000 gil. It is as if a dagger has been thrust into my breast. It is a pain we must learn to bear if we are to forge ahead with our duty. The battles we have fought have taken the lives of so many. Louisoix, Moonbrida, our fellows at the Waking Sands. Their spirit and dedication to our cause, however, will never be lost as long as we rise to fight once more. I hardly need to remind you of this, of course. It is for my own benefit that I repeat these words, a reaffirmation of mine own chosen path. If I do not rebuild the foundation of my resolve, I am like to collapse in a fit of weeping. That's a good one. My apologies again, hero. There is no other to whom I could display such weakness. You are my pillar of strength, and I fear I shall have need of your steadfast presence in the days to come. A victory won, a comrade lost, to honor the fallen, the living forge on, towards the light of a new day. Yep, that was 7,000. Oh yeah. Did you hear what Blizz is doing with WoW as well? They're going episodic with the next 3 X packs, telling a story across the expansions. Kind of what 14's been doing since Realm Reborn, all the way to Endwalker. So Realm Reborn, Heaven's Ward, Stormblood, Shadowbringers, and Endwalker all told one whole story arc throughout those 5 X packs. Dawn Trail will be a new story arc. And I heard something along the lines that I think either including or not including Dawn Trail, there's about to be 10 more X packs at least for this game. I'm ready for it. Bring it. Mask of Grief. Have you a moment, hero? I believe Ida wished to word with you. I should consider it a personal favor if you would lend a sympathetic ear to her troubles. She's not been herself since Mumbrita's passing, and my heart aches to see her so downcast. Roger. And if I remember correctly, a lot of these post-story missions do give out a nice chunk of gil. Usually don't give out a lot of XP because you're supposed to do them at the max level for that X-Pack. Oh my god, stop blanking out on me. Yeah, at this point they're basically just double dipping on their previous expansions, and it's getting kind of sickening. It should have ended with Wrath of the Lich King Classic. Because once you go into Cataclysm, that's where everything changes. And it's no longer Classic. It's technically up to date. Where's Ida at? Where did you go, Ida? Oh, she's actually in there still. I wasn't paying attention, didn't see her. They kind of should give you the choice to be able to apply expansions or not. Kind of what they do with this game, because the free people, the free account players can play up to the end of Stormblood now. So you can go all the way to level 70 without having to pay anything for the game. Hey, it's Hero! Great! Oh, it's no use. I'm trying to stay positive, but it's just hard, you know? Thing is, I know Mon would tell me off if she saw me moping around like this, which is why I decided to cheer myself up by getting her a special flower. I placed an order for a moon daisy with Rowena a little while ago, and it's ready to be picked up. The trouble is, I find Rowena a bit difficult at the best of times, and, well, this isn't one of them. I know it's silly, but I just can't face it at the moment, so I was wondering, you think you could maybe collect it for me? I have the coin to pay for the flower right here. You trust me with your coin purse? Thank you so much. I'll be waiting for you and the daisy at Wrathfrost. Characters better get used to loss, because this story. I went down the rabbit hole with a side story yesterday on my main character, and man, I will say that I dropped a few tears on that one. Oh, that scared the crap out of me. I don't know what happened to Paladin, but I used to be a really kick-ass pally tank back when I was playing during Mists. They must have retooled it or something, because at one point, Protection Paladin was actually... Protection and Holy were actually the big damage dealers, and the Retribution Paladin was a complete waste. What can I do for you today, adventurer? Eldritch Trinket to trade? Eh? I've got you running errands now. Them Scions really know how to make the most of your talents, don't they? Sending the savior of Eorzea to the bleeding market. Find use of your time, that is. Seriously, though, you'd best learn how to say no, or they'll have you mucking out the chocobo stables next. Anyway, what was it that you were here to pick up? The Moon Daisy, was it? Here then, take it. And tell that Eda lass I've got a wide selection of headwear in stock if she ever decides to replace that dowdy old mask of hers. Gods knows she needs to. Since I'm here, nah, that's for Relic. We'll save that for another time. I don't even know why I hit sprint. I could fly in this town. I need to go to Wrath of Frost anyways. Well, I mean, back in classic WoW, Retribution Paladins were completely useless anyways. I think the best thing you could do as a Paladin back in the day was go Holy and just AoE damage with, like, Consecration and stuff. Wrath of Frost this way. Oh my god, they got a taunt. There was one point while I was leveling Paladin where they had I forgot what it's called, but it's like the Captain America shield toss. And they retooled it so you got it at a lower level. I think it was like 35 or something. And when I went into Battlegrounds with it, I was like one-shotting 3 Hordes at once with it. It's hilarious. They completely goofed on that retool on that one. Yeah, Rowena can be so annoying. She just will not take no for an answer. Every time I visit her, she insists I replace my visor with something more fashionable. When I tell her I like it just fine the way it is, she says it again, and then again, and then again. It drives me crazy. Well, what I mean to say is I really appreciate you doing this for me. So anyway, let's see it. Brita loved these things, you know. I hope that somewhere, somehow, she knows I'm still thinking of her. Of course, Classic was back in the jams when the Rogue actually felt like a rogue.
I'll never forget you, Moon. None of us will.
The song riseth to a crescendo.
Is that what I think it is?
Hello, can you hear me? We have received grave tidings from Ishgard. Pray return to the Rising Stones at once.
You know, I could give you a ride. It'd be a lot faster than running, a lot less tiring. Stop blinking off. I really need to upgrade my tech. My PS4 is, seen better days. Warlock will never see the quote-unquote S-tier days of between Classic, Vanilla, and Burning Crusade. When they released the Felguard initially, and it was broken as all hell. Literally had no cooldown on its charge, and its charge attack had a stun tacked onto it. All you had to do was stick it on aggressive, and sit at an enemy's graveyard in a battlegrounds, and you won the battleground for your team. Because it would just stun lock everything. Where am I going? Going this way. God, that was an aggravating time until they hotfixed that shit. Getting ready to do that solo trial that I was talking about. I haven't done this since they changed it. It used to be an 8-man trial. I think it's called the Steps of Faith. And it was really annoying back in the day, but it was doable, and it was really kind of fun the way they had the siege. But when it first came out, a lot of people were wiping. It was nuts. My apologies for the interruption. I was deeply saddened to learn of Munbreda's passing. Her loss will be sorely felt. Alas, recent developments in Ishgard leave us little time to mourn. The envoy from Kurthis will soon arrive, and we must hasten to hear her report. Defenders for Ishgard. The envoy is here. I thank you for receiving me at such short notice. Time is of the essence, so I would forego the usual pleasantries, if I may. Certainly, you come with news of the Dravanians. Aye, the dragons have begun their attack in earnest. The first wave reached the Central Highlands a short while ago, and the battle was joined soon thereafter. Sir Emmerich himself sallied forth with a contingent of temple knights and several companies of the noble house's finest. Though the beasts are ultimately forced into retreat, our victory, if such it may be called, came at a cost of many of our own. Too many. It will not withstand a second wave should the Dravanians renew their assault. Paint a grim picture, my lady. It is the reinforcements you seek, then. We do. Though it pricks our pride, it is plain we cannot protect Ishgard with our ranks thus thinned by the Horde. Sir Emmerich would meet with you to discuss the possibility of enlisting your aid. Very well. I shall depart for Kurthis at once. I must warn you, however, that the involvement of the Crystal Braves is by no means assured. Our commitment to quelling the unrest in Ul'dah must take precedence. It is with such contingencies in mind that I must make another request. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn are known for sharing close ties with all three of the grand companies of Eorzea. Would you consent to plead our case to their leaders? Though I will gladly appeal to the grand companies on your behalf, I dare not promise a favorable reply. Need say no more. Considering our past dealings with the Eorzean Alliance, I can well imagine how our plea will be received. But the fate of Ishgard hangs in the balance. We must explore every avenue still open to us, no matter how unpromising. I see, very well. I shall send envoys to each of the allied nations and have them present your request directly to the heads of the grand companies. In the event that your plea does receive a favorable answer, know that any support is certain to be conditional. Demands will be made of Ishgard. That is only to be expected. Rest assured that I speak with Sir Emmerich's authority in this matter, and that our actions are fully sanctioned by the Holy See. Which brings me to my final request. A personal appeal to you, Warrior of Light. Lord Commander much desires to speak with you regardless of your fellow's involvement. You faced Midgard's Sormer and survived. Anything you can share of your experience may yield as an advantage over our foe. Yeah, I'll come. Thank you. You wear the mantle of hero well. It would seem the roads lead us both to Camp Dragonhead. Seek me out when you arrive, hero. Oh, is that another cutscene? Elsewhere? Yep. Ah, Ishgard. Isael.
The sons must answer for their father's misdeeds. Only then will the cycle be broken. Brothers and sisters of the heavens, we raise our voices and join you in the chorus. The sinner's feeble magics are undone. Come, claim your retribution.
Get wrecked! Do they bring back Diablo? Next thing you know, actually, wait, before you say anything, it's a conglomerate of the three. It's a Baal, Mephisto, Diablo mashup. Oh, oh man, that is such a rehash. Oh, instead of Diablo, it's Mephisto. Next is going to be Baal. Seems I was the swifter hero. You two, however, have arrived this time to spare, for our host has yet to make an appearance. The murmurings about camp tell of some manner of trouble at the gates of judgment. In the Lord Commander's absence, I suggest we visit the place and find out what is afoot. Yeah, right. Gates of Judgment are much more than mere doors. They are the outermost layer of Ishgard's magical wards. If our first line of defense can be so easily shattered. When I laid eyes upon Lady Iceheart, I felt the marrow freeze within my bones. Heretic scum, how dare they meddle with our divine protections? I shall rid our nation of their blasphemy, even if it means cutting them down one by one. We need not fret over much. There are yet several layers of arcane protection that shield the city from invasion. Mother will be fine. About to get wrecked. It would seem the heretic struck the first and most telling blow against Ishgard. Scions, we expected you at Camp Dragonhead. My apologies. We chanced to hear that there had been trouble at the gates, and thought it prudent to investigate the cause. And you have learned of the heretic's treachery. Lady Iceheart led a force of her followers against our defenders, and came close enough to dispel the first of our wards. But let us speak more of this back at the camp. Cerebral awaits you. I wonder how we managed to pass by him. Ooh, I'm actually getting XP in this post. Wow. That's super lame. I'm glad I got out of that. I do still need to finish Diablo 2 for my playthrough. I was going to do a Diablo 3 playthrough, and I kind of wish I could have it. Well, someone ran by the Midgard's armor. Kind of wish that they had remastered Diablo 1 for PlayStation so I could do that one too, but oh well. Lady Iceheart has grown bold indeed if she would risk direct action against the city. Come, let us do as we were bid and return to Camp Dragonhead. Lord Harshaphant will know where Sir Emmerich means to receive us. I have noticed a very disturbing trend lately with the remakes. A lot of the series that are being remade, they're starting with the second title, not with the original title. Resident Evil 2 got remade. I heard Silent Hill 2 is going to be the one that's going to be remade. And then Diablo 2 was remastered. It's aggravating because I like to play things in order. And everyone keeps talking about, oh, Resident Evil 1 was remade. Yeah, it was remade to a certain extent, but not fully the way like the 2 and 3 were remade. I consider those more of a remaster. It is reassuring indeed to behold the countenance of a friend when one's homeland teeters upon the very brink of disaster. When a single misstep can send us plunging into the abyss, your heroic presence stokes the flames of courage within my heart. Right. I did buy 1 through 6. I got the bundle. I will be playing those eventually. Those are going to be very grindy, though, but I'm not going to grind on camera. It'll be off camera. And I'm going to try and... I have a very nasty habit when I play those games of over-leveling. I'm going to try and keep my power leveling to a minimum. I want to make it challenging, but not, like, impossible. Ah, but you did not come to Dragonhead to listen to my prattling. The Lord Commander has arrived and would treat with you in the intercessory. There we go. He is over here. Greetings, sir. Shall I show you inside? 2, I might have to do a bit of power leveling, because I remember playing that one a little bit, and oh my god, it was difficult. Especially since it doesn't have a conventional leveling system. Thank you for coming with such haste, and apologize for my absence. Suffice it to say, Lady Iceheart and her heretics had much to answer for. Yes, we are but recently returned from the Gates of Judgment ourselves. Given the circumstances, we quite understand if you would prefer to postpone our appointed audience. On the contrary, Master Alphanod, I think it more important than ever that this meeting take place. Rest assured, I shall return to my post on Ishgard's walls the moment our business is concluded. I like his armor, and you can actually buy it with real money. The only thing I don't like are the shoulder pads. Everything else is awesome. It's just those damn shoulders are annoying looking to me. Before we move on to the subject of reinforcements, however, I would introduce you to a close friend and stalwart ally, Justinian. Ah, familiar face. May I present to you Ishgard's Azure Dragoon? An impressive title, though I confess I know precious little of the Order of Dragoons. They are formidable warriors all, yet even among such masters of the lance, Justinian is without equal. He, out of all the warriors of Ishgard, was chosen to wield the power of dragons, and may thus contend with any Dravanian. Yeah, I do plan on playing it. It'd be cool to collab. I was gonna play Necromancer, because that one's got an extra storyline, and I haven't touched it yet. You flatter me overmuch, Lord Commander. If ever I was without equal, I am no longer. As my fellow Azure Dragoon here will attest, be at ease, hero, I do not come to challenge you this day. Well, now that we have all been introduced, let us proceed to the matter at hand. I would share with you what we have learned of Iceheart's design, as confessed by the heretics taken captive after the assault on the gates. It would seem that Lady Iceheart and the Dravanians share a common goal, the reclamation of Nidhogg's stolen eye. Nidhogg, one of the 7 great worms. His name features prominently in your nation's history, but once defeated by the hero Haldreth, the beast is said to have terrorized Kurthus since Ishgard's founding. Aye, many of the scars our walls bear from Nidhogg's relentless efforts to raise the city. The trophy Haldreth plucked from the bested worm's skull, and known simply as the Eye, is a treasured relic of Ishgard and one possessed of untold power. Should it ever be returned to Nidhogg, the dread creature would be restored to the height of his strength, and then no wall or ward we could erect would be stout enough to deny him. Blech. My vengeful son hath waged war against Ishgard for 1,000 years. No mortal mind could comprehend the depths of his rancor. The eye itself is secreted deep within the vault. It is kept under heavy guard, surrounded at all times by men and women who have proven their loyalty to the Holy See. But those stout walls and sharp blades may suffice to discourage the heretics, the dragons are another matter. There are individuals within the Dravanian horde whom an entire company of knights would labor to repel, to say nothing of Nidhogg himself. Sounds interesting. Nor does age rob them of their strength. Through the endless march of years, the dragons endure, patient, calculating, inexorable. You must understand, these creatures do not share our perception of time. And that is especially true of the great worms. They who spend centuries in slumber only to wake and resume their campaign as if mere hours have passed. It has been 20 years since Nidhogg at last darkened our skies. 20 years for him to gather his strength and for us to bolster our defenses. And now, just as he seems primed to return, the heretics strike at the gates. You believe that Lady Iceheart is in league with the creature, then? Of that we cannot be certain. Though we know the heretics covet the eye, we have been unable to determine their plans for it. Such questions aside, we must needs address the ragged hole their mistress has seen fit to rend in Ishgard's protections. 'Tis a weakness the Dravanians are not like to leave untested. So it would seem. You have described your plight in admirable detail, Lord Commander, yet I cannot help but wonder at your candor. Why share such sensitive information with us? I shall speak plain. Ishgard has need of allies, and I would have you bolster our front lines in readiness for the coming battle against the dragons. Just much I expected. Unlike our arrangement concerning the Keeper of the Lake, however, only you stand to benefit from our assistance in this matter. I fail to see why we should intervene in a conflict which concerns only Ishgard and Dravania. Okay. When the Eorzean Alliance requested Ishgard's assistance during Operation Archon, you refused us. Does it not seem grossly unjust to demand that we now risk our lives in your private war? I make no attempt to defend my country's conduct. I only ask that you consider that what would follow were Ishgard to fall. Having razed our city to the ground, the horde would have little cause to linger, and most would return to their lairs in Dravania. Soon thereafter, the ruins of Kurthus would be buried in snow, and the land would become the sole province of beasts and beastmen. Till the Garleans' arrival, that is, for you may be certain that the Empire would not hesitate to claim Kurthus. They would not even have to draw steel. An imperial province sharing a border with Mordona, 7 hells. Very well. We'll assist you in repelling the dragons. The roar of a great worm may have shaken the firmament, but we of Eorzea will not abandon our Ishgardian brothers to face the coming horde alone. Nor did I ever think you would. Now, upon the matter of the roar, allow me, Sir Emmerich. Through the power of the eye, I have become the vessel of Nidhogg's strength. His essence has stolen into my very blood. Fear not. I am in full control of my faculties, I assure you, and the eye itself is of no relevance to this tale. It is not essential that I bear it with me wherever so I go. Its lingering influence does, however, allow me to hear Nidhogg's voice. And the worm who roared was Nidhogg, aye. He means to hurl his horde against Danafin's collar and shatter the remaining wards that protect the city. There could be no doubt, the worm has summoned his minions to war. Oh no! Quick interesting thing, if you didn't do the Dragoon storyline up to 50 and faced off against Justinian, he wouldn't have recognized you and you would have met for the first time here. Since I completed the level 50 Dragoon storyline, that's why he recognizes me as his equal. You'll find a lot of these things in this game intermingle like that, where they have different story beats depending, like the events, the holiday events and stuff like that. If you have never done them before, then you're unknown to the people. But if you've done them before and you've interacted with them, they'll be like, "Oh, adventure! You helped me last year or the years before." I thought that was very interesting. Though the circumstances are far from ideal, this desperate endeavor will at least provide us an opportunity to bring the sister states of Eorzea together in common cause. Sir Emmerich was more ruthless in his negotiations than I had anticipated. I suppose one must give no quarter when one's home is at stake. Did you see the look on his face when he formally requested our assistance? The Lord Commander has long campaigned for Ishgard to open its gates to outsiders. I suspect this softening of the Holy See's attitude towards foreign cooperation comes as something of a bittersweet victory. The days ahead promise to be interesting indeed. Committed to the cause. If we are to aid the Ishgardians in this war of theirs, preparations will have to be made, and soon. Before proceeding, however, we must needs return to the Rising Stones and make a report to the Antecedent. Say no more. On my way. Riding the ethereal sea. Bye. If I was on PS5, it'd be like instantaneous loading. And unfortunately, I don't have the resources for a 5 right now. Plus, I'm kind of waiting for a potential Pro model to come out. It'd be nice. Please be voice acted. Voice action.
Alphino, it is good to see you. Tell me, what have you learned?
Pray summon the others. Everyone must hear my report.
So this was all but a taste of what's to come.
Indeed. The main host advances upon Ishgard as we speak.
Whose vaunted defenses have been nullified.
Shorn of its wards, the city will bear the full force of Nidhogg's fury.
All those people.
Alphino is right. The Dravanians cannot be allowed to prevail. If Ishgard falls, all of Eorzea will suffer the consequences.
Then you agree that we have no choice but to intervene. For the good of the realm, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn and the Crystal Braves must join the defense of Ishgard.
Let there be no ambiguity about what has been proposed. We would be directly intervening in the war. But if all here believe the cause to be just, then to war we shall go. The path we now embark upon is perilous, but I pray you will walk with us to the end. For those we have lost, for those we can yet save.
Then it is settled. I shall inform the Council of our intentions and request that they contribute their own forces to the defense of Ishgard.
Something is afoot. A smelly foot. Volunteer Dragon Slayers. Wow, we've almost gained 10,000 gil today. And bid the Archons travel to their assigned nations. Should the members of the Alliance agree to pledge Grand Company soldiers to Ishgard's cause, our comrades will be on hand to act as intermediaries for the duration of the conflict. The small matter of persuading the Alliance leaders to grant such support I'll leave to Alphino. For you, my friend, a different task awaits. I would have you reach out to your fellow adventurers and gather what allies you may for the coming siege. That's no longer available. I would also have you consider the matter of our own security. Revenant's Toll is but a short flight from the snowfield to Kurthus. It is not unimaginable that the fighting may spill across the border. Pray brief Slathborn on the brewing conflict and discuss potential contingencies. The frontier settlers must be prepared for aught that might wing its way over our walls. I only hope that such precautions prove unnecessary. Before you leave, let me suggest that you have Tatsuru accompany you. She has a talent for administration and a firm grasp of the practical challenges we may encounter. I don't remember how many quests I did, but I'm hopefully on task to get done. If I'm close to it, then I'll push through the 2 hours. But basically, once the credits roll, probably skip it, and then that'll probably be the end of the portion. We are rather close to Kurthus, aren't we? Best see to our own defenses to take stock of our supplies. Oh, and we'll also need to have beds of bandages laid out just in case. Good receptionist is ready for any eventuality. Let's go, hero. I have 101 things to discuss with Slathborn. Lead the way, pint size. I appreciate the warning. If war is coming to Kurthus, then the toll must be made ready. I'll increase the number of patrols and lookouts immediately. I'll also see about finding room for an infirmary, as well as temporary housing for victims of the conflict. Ishgard has done well by us in the past, and I would return the favor. But as for rounding up volunteers for the fighting itself, I'm afraid I must disappoint you. I will not send my fellow guild members to die on Ishgardian soil, and I am certain headquarters will say the same. There will be no official Adventurers Guild presence at the siege. That said, each adventurer is of course free to do as he or she will. I shall have a word with some of my more capable colleagues on your behalf, and you might try your luck here at Revenant's Toll. I dare say there are a few stout souls about town who will answer your call to arms. Let's get started, shall we? We have a town to rouse. Well. Nope. Spare me your talk of glory and fame. I'm not in the habit of volunteering for lost causes. I've survived this long by trusting my instincts, and my instincts tell me to stay well away from Ishgard. I believe his name is Royal? I forgot his name. It's been a while since I've seen him. Ah, Real. That's his name. Ishgard sounds like she's in the right mess, but that ain't what I wanted to talk to you about. I need you to cast your mind back to that scuffle with the Empire out by the processing plant. A lad from Little Alamigo by the name of Wilred was there with the fort that day, and I want to know if you've seen him since, have you? Nope. God damn it. I feared as much. No one's bloody seen him. It's like the ground opened up and swallowed him whole. That ain't all. Around the time Wilred stopped turning up for duty, the black market weapons went missing from our vault in Ul'dah. So now, of course, half the braves suspect the lad of making off with the goods. Look like the Believer Company's a disciplined fighting force, but as you and me both know, it's no more than a motley collection of mercenaries, adventurers, and Grand Company veterans. The only thing that binds us together is some vague oath about fighting for the freedom of all, that and the steady pay. Not compared to most others in this crew, Wilburn's a fresh-faced novice, a bleeding whelp amongst wolves. But the boy's got passion. When he talked about being a guardian of Eorzea, he bloody well meant it. A lad like him wouldn't rob us blind and bugger off like that. He ain't the type. And then, and this is just between you and me, mind, there's the fact that the lad wanted to tell me about something queer he'd noticed in the ledgers. Something about the Braves' numbers not adding up. Aye, there's a villain at the end of this trail I've stumbled on, and I'll bet me good eye it ain't young Wilred. Any road, if you've got a warder wage, and I'll let you go on. I just thought someone should know. I'll be seeing you, hero. Royal was the, Ivy. This is Real, the good guy. Where you at? I know you're around here somewhere. Oh, you're down? Oh. There's someone over here. Sell me Blade of the Ishgardians. Well, them dragons are a fearsome lot, but I'd slay me fair share if the coin was good. I've worked for one of them knights before, you know. Washed me like a bloody hawk he did. Still, I'd put up with worse than that for a heavy purse. The ankles. Alright, so I guess he's inside. He or she is inside here somewhere. There you are. Volunteer my services in the defense of Ishgard? I think not. Dragons claim the lives of every one of my brothers. I do not mean to offer them mine. 'Twas to escape such a fate that I took up the mantle of adventurer in the first place. I would sooner die in the pursuit of fortune than huddled behind an icy wall. Alright, so we're 1 for 2. It'll probably break even and give me 2 and 2. Oh, nope, that's the wrong way. There we go. Oof. Adventurous frontier hand. So Ishgard seeks sellswords to bolster its ranks, eh? Though I'm not sure I like the sound of the siege. Those nobles will surely be generous with their rewards. Ah, but I pledge myself to guard Revenant's toll. Modest work though it is, I am loath to break the terms of my contract. What to do. Ah, we went 1 for 3. Pity. More kills for me. There you are, hero. So, did you sway any hearts? 1 or 2, eh? Well, add it to mine, that makes 3 or 4, not including Slathborn's friends. We won't have the largest company in the army, but I'd say one Revenant's Toll veteran is worth a dozen clanking knights at least. An allied perspective. Oh, I've been so caught up with the recruiting that I almost forgot. There's been word from Alpha now. Apparently the Alliance leaders are convening in Ul'dah to discuss Ishgard's plight, and they've requested your presence, as usual. Anyway, you'd best make your way to Ul'dah, or you'll be late. Alpha said that he would meet you on the Royal Promenade. I'm not gonna be cheap. I'm gonna burn my tickets so I can get there faster. Okay. You don't have to send it to me right now. You can send it to me later. We'll go into the Royal Promenade. So... Chamber of Roll. Mainly for the fact I wouldn't be able to watch it right now, bro. My apologies for calling you away from your tasks. I had hoped to proceed with the negotiations one leader at a time, but it seems my urgent request for an audience had prompted gathering of the council. Needless to say, I felt obliged to attend. The alliance leaders are already seated within. Let us join them, shall we? Cutscene! Please be voiced. My voice is a little strained right now.
We are well aware of Ishgard's dilemma, and we agree with your assessment.
Then I trust there are no objections to the Crystal Brave's intervention.
Uldar has none.
Gridania does not object.
The Crystal Braves are yours to command, Alphino. Do what you will. We shall pray for your success.
It was my hope that you would offer more substantial aid than prayer. I know it is within your means.
Do not presume that you have knowledge of our every concern. The Garleans and the Beast Tribes are but two of many. We are not in a position to contribute greatly to the defense of Ishgard, not when our own homes are still under siege.
We dare not leave our interests in Cartano undefended as well. Telegi Adalegi and his ilk would seize control of the territories in our absence.
The enemy is at their gates, and you would cower behind yours?
No one is cowering, boy. We will offer what support we can.
Aye, support. A handful of men and no more.
Would that we could commit more than a token force to this cause. Yet there are others to whom you might turn. The free companies ever want for work.
Just got denied on that one.
Ah, yes. The free companies.
Oh, wait, never mind. That's the
They're not
Adventurers
like
Guild.
to turn you down.
I beg your pardon? You would entrust the survival of Ishgard to sell swords? Crises like these are the very reason why this alliance was formed. It is our duty to aid our fellow man.
My duty is to my country and my people. If you expect us to place the welfare of a foreign power above our own, you're going to be sorely disappointed. Lest you doubt, Limsa comes first, then the Alliance, and finally, circumstances permitting, Ishgard and the rest. If you cannot understand so simple a concept, then you have no place at this table.
Forgive me, Admiral. I was careless in my choice of words.
I suggest you assemble a party of elite adventurers, assuming you haven't already. Your fellows served us well during Operation Archon. I dare say they will do so again.
I'm actually kind of interested to see how they changed this event. That's quite a bit of hefty critting there, little bro.
If I may, Your Grace, I wish to propose a redistribution of forces. If we entrust the security of Uldar to the Brass Blades for a time, we can dispatch a larger force to Ishgard. Your Grace?
Yes. Yes, of course. Do what you will.
Someone's head's not in the game.
Is Her Grace not feeling well?
To the best of my knowledge, Her Grace is in perfect health.
I see. Carry on.
I just noticed that Raban has 2 swords and a shield. Once again, I owe you an apology. It seems you have been conscripted into leading a contingent of adventurers on yet another mission of inestimable danger. And I fear we have been left with little alternative. We cannot well abandon Lord Hoshafant and Sir Emmerich to their fate. We must abide by the Council's decision, as short-sighted as it is, and strive to fulfill our role as Eorzea's guardians. Captain Milburn, what news? When the assault has begun, we have but this moment concluded our audience with the Alliance leaders. Move our forces into position. Your unit will join House Durandare at the Steel Vigil. Man the cannons alongside the knights and thin the Dravanian horde ere they descend upon Ishgard. I will join you as soon as I am able. Hero, now I'd have you and your adventurer allies bolster the defenses at the Steps of Faith. Report first to Sir Marceline at the Gates of Judgment, but he will direct you to where you are needed most. May the gods grant us victory. I see they didn't change the storyline, but they changed the actual thing. I'm assuming it's because of it's a gate for the story, and it doesn't get popped a lot. It's very difficult to get a group for if you're not in a guild, an active guild. And B, it can be kind of annoying to do. Especially if people don't know the strategy. Hopefully I'd only have to go through this once, and then I don't end up failing it. It's kind of forgotten, yeah. It's mainly the fact, like I said, it was kind of difficult when it first came out. And people, when they got through it, were like, I don't want to deal with that again. So they kind of just try not to queue for it. Or if they got into a roulette where it was there, they would probably drop out. Just because it's so aggravating. It's a decent difficulty if you understand the strategy and the whole team follows it. But it's also kind of a race against time, so you gotta make sure your DPS check is decent enough. You're the appointed captain of the Sellswords contingent. Then welcome. There is no shortage of blade work to be done. As we speak, Dravanian skirmishing parties are harrying positions across the Central Highlands. I have assigned the Crystal Braves and your fellow adventurers to contain these scattered attacks, and for the present, I would have you join them. This is, of course, merely a precursor to the assault on Ishgard proper. The wily serpents seek to divide and confuse our forces, and we will not be so easily drawn out of position. But we will not. Temple Knights will remain on the Steps of Faith and continue our preparations. When the Horde arrives in force, they shall face a wall of Ishgardian steel. Report back to me once their advanced skirmishers are slain. I burn you all! Kind of disconcerting when you're flying in the air and you don't see anything but snow and darkness. There's a lot of dead on the ground. Guaranteed crits. Yeah, right. Oh, that's not good. Oops, I didn't mean to provoke. Oh well. That all? Alright. Oh, I guess I just leave these guys. That's not cool. I almost flew into the side of the cliff. Yeah, right. Thor Santa. Last year I got a reindeer that can cast spells as a mount for a Christmas event. How dare you cast spells at me? I wasn't standing in that. I'm stuck. Guaranteed crits. Oh my god, how many of these do I have to fight? Oh, now there's named ones. Oh, was that someone else's? Oops! I think that was someone else's. Oopsie, sorry, I didn't mean to pull your quest, Mom. I'll stun him for you. As far as I remember, Ramuh's the only primal in... Well, technically the only primal in 14 that doesn't actively try to attack the settlements. I say technically because there's story beats that I cannot divulge right now. But if his territory was threatened, he would not hesitate to crush places. What news, adventurer? The reinforcements decimated, you say? Dravanian devils, damn their scaly hides. Hold fast to your grief and fury, sir. We will avenge the deaths of your fellows in the battle to come. 2 grand! Hell yeah! Now I've gotten 12 grand. Oh, purple materia pretty much useless. The Steps of Faith. Let's see if I get to fight the big baddie. Ere you commit yourself to the siege, you should know what it is you are tasked with defending. Beyond the gates of judgment lie the Steps of Faith, a great bridge of stone that leads directly to the city of Ishgard. More than simply a means to cross the Sea of Clouds, the bridge serves as a foundation for the arcane wards that form the barrier we call Danafin's Collar. Alas, in dispelling the barrier's outermost layer, that thrice-damned witch, Iceheart, stripped the bridge of its protection, and thus are the dragons now able to land unhindered upon the Steps of Faith. Should the Dravanians succeed in destroying the remainders of the wards, the winged devils will be free to swarm within the city itself. Needless to say, we cannot suffer that to happen. It shall be our task as defenders to prevent any harm from coming to those parts of the bridge where the wards are sealed. 3 yet remain, and we have dispatched our forces accordingly. I would ask that you and your comrades to accompany our defenders at the outermost ward. I should hope that includes us as well, yes? You guys are not dressed properly for the weather. The signs of the 7th dawn? We could not well stand idly by while the horde threatens the good people of Ishgard. Indeed, to do otherwise would go against all that Master Louis has taught us. As for where we may be of most assistance, I think it prudent we divide into 2 groups. Ida and I will join the rear guard. Right, if the dragons should reach us, we'll be sure to give them what for. Thank you, all of you. Pray speak with me again when your preparations are complete, and together we shall stand against the horde. Ramu's pretty much, a primal. His main focus is protecting his children, which are the sylphs. I trust you're ready then. Good, come, let us make for the battlefield. Level sync, yep, steps of faith. Level 50, item level 110 I get dumped down to. Oh yeah, the dragon's still there. Big boy. I fought Ramu earlier in the storyline. Basically, I had to prove that I was strong enough to enact the changes that I believed that need to be done. Oh, great. They gave me NPCs for this now.
Let's finish this quickly, shall we?
I'm gonna go and say this. The NPCs are... Oh! I did not know they fire straight down the line. That's not kosher. NPCs are not known for their smarts. Am I supposed to kill the ads, or am I supposed to man the cannons? Fishap, that was the name of it. Uh-oh. I can't move! Oh, we can't move to fall back. Oh, we're gonna get blasted. Fall back to avoid the assault. I can't sprint! I burned my sprint. Ah, 1 second left. Ah.
Isa, to me.
Oh cool, I got stone skin. Oh! We got some Dragoons added in. If I remember correctly, Nidhogg... I don't think I've ever fought a boss this... Well, never mind, there have been bigger bosses. Yeah, right. I'm just glad it didn't require me to sprint to avoid it. Okay, so the AI is a lot smarter. I was taking it from Squadron experience. That's not go. Sure. I'll survive. I had to make sure I wasn't going to get knocked into a damage. Can I stun you? Nope. And there goes the barrier. Barrier 1 is destroyed. I'm not falling back. I'm gonna damage this bitch. Okay, never mind. I'm running. Yeah, shield her down. Something hit me. How about help the guard the ward? Okay. Oh no. AoE damage. I wish I had more of my skills.
No holding back.
We gotta make sure to stay out of the middle. Oh. I wasn't paying attention to the prompt.
This one'll
That was probably a bad move for me to stand right underneath it, but oh well. Let me attack the dragon! Stop targeting my friends! The targeting system in this game can be kind of eh. Oh, I don't like that. Okay, good. He didn't do any damage to that. Oh, no! I require healing. A lot of different moves this guy does now. Now he's dealing damage. Oh Jesus, he's doing a lot of damage to that barrier. That was a quick destruction. Ishgard isn't actually just, Ishgard isn't just elves. Ishgard's a conglomerate. That's what's hitting me. Jesus, that hurts. I could thrill a battle and gain some HP. Yeah, the Ishgardians, I believe, are a mixture of Cures and Elizon. I have yet to see any Lalafell Ishgardians. Stinian showed up. Oh, hell yeah. We got the Azure Dragoon himself. I've gotta... I should have been Dragoon for this fight. They really should not let me target friendlies when I'm a DPS or tank. I'm gonna run away this time instead of being underfoot. Still does the same amount of damage. Well, yeah, no holding back because it's the last friggin' barrier. We're only halfway done with this guy. I really hope we do something, because if I remember correctly, the original way is if all three barriers died, we lost. No. That happens a lot later. Come on. No, this is just the siege. There's no... okay. Maybe they changed the story. They better not fail me for this. Oh, she's blocking it. Interesting. Oh my god, really? Oh, that's kind of cool. I didn't know she was a paladin. That's kind of cool. I like that. I hope I have enough DPS. Oh, come on, the Knight's Resolve begins to wane my ass. They're at 65%. Yeah, right. Not even down to below 50%. Took him out. Crunch. Hopefully no one's underneath him. My character was not happy with that victory. Yeah, right. I really, really hope I could finish this storyline on this stream. There's a very interesting thing that happens at the end of Realm Reborn. The dragons, they're withdrawing! Victory is ours! Well, a bunch of people are dead on the ground. A lot of those random adventurers they have in there, looks like they just randomized character clothing and stuff, and just like, here you go. One of Nidog's greatest champions, slain. The Horde will soon recover from this blow. What of you, Nidog? Why did you not join your minions and make of this battle a slaughter? Have you grown so fond of the stench of your lair? Yeah, right? Mayhap you prefer to have your allies fight your battles for you. You have a girl to do your bidding now, do you not? No matter, I shall slay Iceheart and all the rest. But I yearn to spill the blood of a great worm, Nidog, and only your death will sate my lance. I really wish that the jump command for Dragoon worked like that. Instead of teleporting, Dragoon should be able to jump from town to town. Just like how like a caster should be able to create a pocket universe for housing. I'm still waiting for an MMO game where you can create your own pocket universe and customize it. Hero, the dragons are routed. Lest you wonder, the fighting at the Steel Vigil was also fierce, but my crystal braves were not found wanting. Yeah, right. A lot more people would play Dragoon if the jump command was like that. Commander Levior, hero, true to your word, you arrived to aid us in our hour of need. On behalf of the Holy See and the people of Ishgard, I offer you my humble thanks. Wait a second. That guy on the left over there sitting, wasn't he the one that talked about how he was defending Mordona and had a contract with them? Did he break his contract? I would stay and lavish you with well-deserved praise. I fear I must away to oversee the aftermath of the siege. Now all the dragons are fled, and there are yet wounded to be carried from the field. Pray let us meet anon, that I might express my thanks with the proper courtesy. There's a common joke about Dragoons, because the jump command used to movement lock you in an animation, that Dragoons were floor tanks, as in they're always dead during duties. They have indeed achieved a victory of singular importance. Thankfully, though, they changed it so that the jump command not only is faster, but also doesn't lock you in movement. With the Dravanian horde thus weakened and scattered, the threat to Ishgard has been greatly diminished. And mayhap equally significant, the Holy See must now recognize the necessity of cooperation with foreign powers. Long have they barred their gates against the outside world, but I am confident that the day will soon come when Ishgard proclaims itself a member of the Eorzean Alliance once more. What shall we sacrifice in our struggles against dragons and primals, the Ashians and the Empire? Step by unfaltering step, we march ever nearer to our goal. Right. And as ever, the journey is made with you in the van. The victory you have won this day gives us greater hope for the morrow. 'Tis a hope that shall sustain us in the days to come and bear us past the many evils that yet seek to hinder our progress. Yes, we have done well, my friend, and I, for one, would take a moment to savor the enormity of our achievement. Savor away. The demands of duty, however, allow me little time for levity. I must accompany Captain Ilbert back to Ul'dah and reassign those braves whose squad suffered heavy losses. You, my friend, have earned a rest at the Rising Stones. Pray return the revenue's toll and share your tale of Minfilia in person. We'll see to informing the other nations of what took place here. Do be sure to give our regards to Minfilia. Fun fact, whenever the NPCs talk about take a break or have a rest, it's usually when that was the end of that patch. And then you would have no story beats until the next patch would release. And then it's like, oh, now you gotta go here. I thought it was kind of cool. That's when you'd go and farm and grind and collect your gear and sell your crafts so you can stockpile a dragon's horde of gil. Which, by the way, my main has finally broken 100 million personal coin. I'm like, I don't need this coin, but it's nice to have. I don't spend money on anything except for right now housing. Still trying to get that mansion. Yeah, well, I mean, it still is technically time-based because you have to... It has a cooldown. Hero, welcome back. Now it's RNG-based. Basically, if you've got a lot of money, and if it's FC housing, you can stuff the ballot box with as many votes as you can pay. But if it's personal housing, you only have a singular vote. And basically, it's a roll the dice kind of thing. Alphinaud sent word of the siege, and of course of the role you played in ending it. Your deeds never cease to amaze me, hero. Thank you. We'll go with Quick Tongue. Broken bridges. Administrative decision. I think that gave me a title, actually. You must be wary, hero, and now may very well be your only chance to... Nope. Antecedent. A messenger from Ul'dah arrived with a missive for you. Ooh, is it this time? Is it time for this? The royal seal, curious indeed. Ooh, I think it is. An invitation, yes! Yeah, right, I hear you, man. I remember from Kane jumping you. On behalf of the Council of the Eorzean Alliance, Her Royal Majesty Nanamo Ul'Namo invites the Scions of the Seventh Dawn to attend a feast at the Royal Palace of Ul'dah, in honor of Ishgard's recent victory. It would seem we are to be recognized for our part in lifting the siege, you for your valiant efforts as commander of the Adventurers contingent, and the Archons for their earnest attempts to rouse the city-states. Truly, I find it strange that the Alliance leaders should think themselves deserving of a place at such a celebration. All three refused to deploy their standing armies, preferring to send hastily assembled companies of sellswords, many of whom perished ere the siege began. Are they truly so brazen as to seek to share in the glory of your triumph? But mayhap they simply seek a pretext to meet with the Ishgardians while the mood is yet jubilant. Such an occasion would present a fine opportunity to press for Ishgard's return to the Eorzean Alliance. Typical. We have scarce had time to mourn Rumbrita, and I, for one, am in no mood to carouse, but I suppose we must put away our grief for the good of the realm. When you were promised rest, I fear I must insist that you also attend. It would be a strange celebration indeed if the victorious hero were not present. Pray content yourself with the thought that such occasions may bring about momentous change, this without recourse to bloodshed. Yeah, exactly. That is where it's missing. Doctor, if you would do me the favor of contacting the rest of their scions. Of course, Antecedent. And please let me know if there's anything else I can do. Totoro wants to party. Curious, I've never known Totoro to sign at such requests. Could aught be amiss? You completely missed the point! You said something about a celebration, and you sent Totoro on a task that would prevent her from going to said celebration. Of course. Go to Totoro. You can still technically damage Midi, I think, with the jump attack, but it's more luck-based than it is actually, like, timing. Because there are some, attacks that go off in a blink where you're supposed to already be out of the area, and you have to basically only know by the body language of the enemy. Totoro is conspicuous by her absence. Totoro, I believe she just stepped outside. Now that I think on it, she did seem rather preoccupied. They did give quite a few jumps to the jump abilities to the Dragoon. You got the regular jump skill, you have Spine Shatter Dive, which now only does damage. It used to stun, and it has a cooldown. So I guess I think they beefed up the damage and then they still kept the cooldown. And then there's Dragonfire Dive, which does an AoE jump attack. And then there's another jump which causes you to, instead of do damage, it causes you to backflip out of combat. Oh, it's a bigger circle. Well, I'll just fly around until I find the spot I'm supposed to... There you are. Bird's eye view always helps out. Oh, Hero, it's you. I didn't mean to worry anyone. It's nothing, really. Well, it's not nothing exactly, but it feels like nothing compared to the towering trials you and the others face every day. And that's why I should probably talk to Menphilia before things get any worse. Now, you always know what to say, Hero. I'm glad we had this little chat. If it wasn't for the fact that I'm main warrior now, I would run around as Dragoon, but I know warriors so inside and out that it's very hard for... Well, you don't even really need to know warrior inside and out to not die as a warrior. Yeah, my character has charisma. Yes, Tataru, you have my undivided attention. I've been hesitant to broach the subject, what with all the recent excitement, but Hero made me realize that there's no time like the present, and time is what I'm here to ask you for. I'm not sure I understand. If you wish to be excused from your duties for a time, then you have certainly earned the rest. But I suspect that lying abed is far from your intent. You know me too well, Antecedent. There is, in fact, something I've been wanting to try my hand at. Along with the adventurers and the Crystal Braves, the Scions are constantly being thrown into dangerous battles and deadly predicaments. Even Hoary Boulder and Coltonet have been promoted from guard duty to fill our need for competent warriors. And so it seems only right that I, too, should acquire the power to defend myself, and others more importantly. When I return, I shall be both your receptionist and your bodyguard. The pint-sized terror, Tataru, begins her journey. Whoa, hey! Speaking of the devil. It's the first time I've almost been knocked to the ground by a Lalafell. I've never seen Miss Tataru so determined, as aught befell with which I might help a dissident. I don't know why I stuttered there. Not at present, thank you. Was there something you wished to ask of me? Oh yes, pray excuse my distraction. An adventurer who was to join us for escort duty was injured while on patrol. And I fear we cannot properly defend the scholars entrusted to our protection without the aid of at least one more guard. Therefore, I humbly request that another adventurer of the capable kind, of course, be assigned to our party. Right. Very well, I shall consider the potential candidates and provide you with a replacement as soon as I am able. My thanks, Antecedent. I take my leave of you. Please don't make me escort these people. An unexpected ambition where we are needed. Oh, it's a split. The power to defend oneself. Tataru has ever been full of surprises. Now that I think of it, I do recall around Jay mentioning that she had developed an interest in Arcanima. Perhaps she hopes to gain admittance to the Arcanist Guild in Limsa. Yes, that will be the way of it. Would you be so kind as to journey to the guild and see that all is well? And if doubtless unwarranted, but surely I am not alone in my concern for her safety. Go grab the other quest. I wonder, do you perchance recall the commitment I made to furnish Hoary Boulder with a capable adventurer? Oh, shit. Well, I am sorry to say that I have as yet been unable to do so. Now, I realize that you are rather more than a capable adventurer, and that escort duty is frankly beneath the man of your talents, but I have no one else to turn to at present. Will you be willing to forego rest and assist us in this matter? Fine. Generous to a fault, I thank you, Hero. Now, it seems only fair that I explain the import of this task in question. For some time, our order has employed a handful of scholars to travel around Eorzea, taking etheric readings that we might better understand the impact of primal summonings. Naturally, it behooves us to ensure our employees' safety, and so we asked the adventurers in our service to serve as escorts. Hoary Boulder and Coltonet were to act as two such escorts, as was the third adventurer. The last, due to injury, said adventurer is not presently fit for duty, hence my need to impose upon your goodwill. Impose away. You truly are a pillar of strength, Hero. Hoary Boulder will share with you the details of your task. He should be waiting for you outside to be safe. He didn't even take the time to look. Didn't even look at a damn scrap of paper before giving me this task. I was hoping that the event was going to happen, but I guess I got to wait a little bit longer. Ah, Hero, is it true that you're agreed to lend us a hand? Huzzah! What did I tell you, Coltnet? Our misfortunes has become a blessing, an opportunity to serve alongside the Warrior of Light himself. May I remind you that we have 3 scholars to escort, each of whom will take a different route. True, but our mission is the same. Separated by moms we may be, but in spirit we shall be together. If such thoughts bring you joy, you are welcome to think them. To more practical concerns, Hero, we would have you attend to the scholar charged with surveying the South Shroud, my hometown. He is waiting at Camp Tranquil as we speak. All you need to do is follow the man. He will determine the most appropriate locations to take his readings. In spirit, Hero, in spirit, we shall be together every step of the way. He's very spirited for a guy that I completely trounced in front of kids. Go to Limsa first. Go deal with Totoro. I forgot some of the story beats split. And you have to complete all the story beat splits in order to continue. I might just have to make this one a little extra longer than normal. Fudge. Oh, bro, did you see the event that they're going to be coming out next year with? They're doing a collaboration between 14 and 16. And you get to have the dog companion as both a pet and a mount. I forgot his name. But I saw pictures of the mount. Looks friggin' awesome. It actually looks like a realistic wolf. Instead of, like, the kind of warg-looking things that are in this game. Yeah, Torgal! That was the name. I still haven't played 16, and I have no spoilers on it as of yet, which is good. I want to keep that way. Oh, she's downstairs. Keep forgetting there's a downstairs here. Aw, Tatsuru has a little carbuncle. Hero, what are you doing here? Oh, she's wearing pink too. How cute. I didn't mean for her to worry. That's the last thing I wanted. Putting an end to such worries is precisely the reason I'm here, don't you see? I, Tataru Taru, shall become a great and powerful arcanist. And now, at Mistress Dibbergen's behest, I must go and complete a special training exercise until we meet again. Dibbergen. It's very difficult to pronounce the names of Rogden in this game. Oh, my squint. I only know of those 2 goodies that you can get from the collaboration event, but I'm pretty sure there's going to be a set of gear that you can glam that looks like the main character's armor, and there's probably going to be a hairstyle as well. Greetings and welcome to the Arcanist Guild. Do you require assistance? So you are acquainted with our newest member. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but I fear young Tataru may not be ideally suited to study of Arcanum. Nevertheless, she would not be denied, and goes now to undertake her first trial. A simulated inspection of 3 crates. A simple task, some might say, but one all Arcanists are expected to complete. A thought occurs to me, why not supervise Tataru's training? You are clearly an accomplished adventurer, and given your relationship with the girl, you seem an ideal person to have on hand. Her trial will be conducted at the cliffs south of the Zephyr Gate, and you need only observe a distance. Since I didn't do the Arcanist storyline, she doesn't recognize me. She just hails me as an adventurer. Because you actually have to do this exact thing for the Arcanist quest line. This is like the first thing you're sent to do for task. Let me just break my ankles to get to my perch. Where Azure sees the pirate's port, where she met her shining jewel. For to bring the smuggler's plans to naught, come the last whom none could fool. Beat him with the backdraft, gut him with the gust, deck him with a downburst, go Carbuncle, go. Oh ho ho ho, are those crates I spy? Carbuncle's bigger than her. Ah, this must be the true test. We're ready for them, aren't we, Carbuncle? Carbuncle? Wah! Come back, Carbuncle, come back! I find it funny that I'm just standing there, watching Tataru be in dire peril. Oh wait, Tataru's out here. Good thing I read instead of zoning in. I should have known you'd come, hero. You needn't say a word, your face says it all. I know you bore witness to my shame. Betrayed by my own Carbuncle, left at the mercy of wild beasts. I must accept the truth. I'll never be a warrior like you or the others. I'll inform Miss Thubergam of my intention to withdraw from the guild. Arcanima, like so much else, is beyond me. Aw. Poor Pint Size. They named one of their ships Wet Willy. That's friggin' hilarious. Oh man, I love my guild. I may not talk with them very often, but my Livestream guild is amazing. I like my personal guild too, but they've got some good comedy. These bunch. I'm glad I accepted the invitation to this guild instead of building my own again. Ugh. Ah, back so soon. How fared your fledgling Arcanist? Or our fledgling? Abysmally, Mistress Thubergam. Abysmally, as Hero will testify. I was wrong to become an Arcanist, wrong as usual. Completely and utterly unqualified, and I sincerely apologize for wasting your time. Tataru, if that were true, I would not have permitted you to join in the first place. We must all come to accept our limitations lest our ambitions lead us astray. However, we must not lose sight of our strengths in the process. For example, your exceptional skill with numbers helped you to gain a solid grasp of the fundamentals of Arcanima. Were it not so, you would have struggled even to summon Carbuncle to your side. In my opinion, the Scions are truly fortunate to have such capable and good-natured receptionists in their service. Would you not agree? Uh-huh. You're too kind, Mr. Stubrian. Though I could not overcome this challenge, I shall take your words to heart and try not to be discouraged. My count is already resting in pieces. Ancient ways, timeless wants. As fetching as these garments are, I fear I shall never don them again. But I can't go back to the Rising Stones without something to show for my time away. Wait, I know what I can do. That is, if you don't mind accompanying me for a little longer. Fine. Wonderful! Then to Costa del Sol we will go. It's a bit of a gamble, but I'm confident it will pay off. Uh-oh. Going to Costa del Sol. Are you going to become a gas dancer? I don't remember where to go to get to docks. So my main guild is in a bit of a bind. There's a place in Ul'dah, a mansion that's open, and I've already placed the votes. And if we win it, good, fine, and dandy, but it's not the place we want. Unfortunately, next cycle, a mist plot opened up. Yay! That's the one we actually want. So, knowing my luck, we're gonna win the one for the Ul'dah, and we're gonna be one vote short for the next one, trying to snag that one, and we're not gonna get it. Yes, this is it. This is where the man at the Drowning Wench told me to look. There is a certain variety of clam which can be harvested this time of year in Bloodshore, one which produces the most marvelous pearls. However, these clams are also coveted by certain wild creatures, and since I fared rather poorly in battle last time, let us be off. The only item I need right now is the PS5. I've got a TV that's sort of alright. Mainly just need the PS5. I can get Rebirth later. What fortune! I've already found one. Would you be so kind as to keep watch while I work? This should only take a moment. I should probably head north to do my warrior mission too. So I'm here. Morgor! Wow, this fight's taking a lot longer than I thought it would. There's meat in this one's bones. God, I love guaranteed crits. Embracing the beast. Oh, that actually gives me the beast gauge. I need that. That sucks. Sorry to hear that, little bro. Well fought, hero. Well fought. I knew it was right to ask you to come. As for me, I have my prize, the bounty of blood pearls. So named for their reddish hue, they were treasured as wards against dark magics in ancient times. Thought I might make charms for everyone, so that no matter where they go, they will always come home. It's sort of the power to defend myself and other people in a way. Right, well, I mustn't keep Philemon waiting. There's work to be done, and lots for it. We're to secure provisions for the scions in the lemons markets. She may have an eye for quality, but I have a nose for bargain. Will you be heading back to the Rising Stones? If so, pray convey my apologies to the antecedent, and tell her that she needn't worry about me. Farewell, hero, and thank you for everything. That sounded rather final, didn't it? How about, until we meet again? You can walk pretty good considering the water is all the way up to your hips. And you can even run in the water up to your waist. Now that I do think about it, they did make that seem kind of final, like you never meet her again. Yeah, I gotta go and pick up this, the finality of this mission, due to the fact that I need my beast gauge. Where are you at, Curious Gorge? There you are. Ah, hero. Your crystal grows ever stronger. In felling the raging sandworm, the beast within you slowly but surely arouses to wakefulness. When next you do battle, methinks you will find yourself capable of movements heretofore unfamiliar to you. When you have mastered your new talents, return to me. In the meanwhile, I shall continue my study of the ancient texts. You hear the whispers of the village ancestors. Beast Gauge. The Beast Gauge displays the current strength of a warrior's wrath. This animalistic rage is required to execute several select actions such as Inner Beast and Steel Cyclone, acquired at level 45, and will grow weaker upon using them. Using certain actions will increase the Beast Gauge. This symbol indicates the defensive stance Defiance is in effect, which increases enmity. You can view the job gauge description at any time from the Actions and Traits menu. Curious Gorge goes to Wineport. And there's Mithril Tempest. Hello again, my friend. It is quite obvious that you have been anything but idle in your training since last we met. Your progress is heartening to look upon, truly, but it also serves to remind me that each hour I spent poring over ancient texts is an hour not spent honing my skills. I fear my worth on the battlefield is diminishing by the day. Yet I am certain that my studies of the Chronicles will yield something of use. In fact, just last night, I discovered how the warriors of my tribe came to be shunned by the outside world. Okay, cool. Upon witnessing my people's prowess with the axe, the armies of the city-states began to incorporate similar techniques into their own training regiments. These are the selfsame techniques I have been instructing you in, hero, ones which call upon the inner beast. The consequences, of course, were dire. Yes, their soldiers became nigh on unstoppable, but they also became wholly uncontrollable, and both friend and foe fell prey to the ensuing carnage. Of course, the heads of the city-states laid the blame on these atrocities solely at the feet of my kind, promptly banning the ancient art of imprisoning anyone suspected of teaching it, or so the chronicles say. What I find hard to grasp, though, is that never once during my training did my brother hint at this dark history, nor have I myself ever seen one of my tribe succumb to the rage that the chronicles describe. Could it be that the tales are mere falsehoods, stories concocted by some long-forgotten enemy who would poison our heritage and befoul our tribe's name? Who in their right mind would seek to sully something so pure? And why would my ancestors simply bow their heads and suffer such ignominy? That my people should be so weak, so utterly bereft of pride, is inexplicable. I refuse to believe it. It matters not if these claims are groundless. If they prompted my tribe's art to fade into obscurity, then the damage has already been done. Well, I, for one, will not turn a blind eye to this injustice. If none of my people will give the lie to the stories that have so tarnished our reputation, it shall have to be me. But once again I lose myself in history and forget the present. You recall I spoke to you of my former comrade from the company of heroes, and the great woolly beast we have been pursuing. The beast remains on the loose, and then toss a ponce of salt on the moon. Fell creatures that appear to be its minions have been wreaking havoc on the innocent residents of Wineport. Were you and I to succeed in quelling the threat, surely the people would see that warriors are no fearsome beasts, but valuable allies. Together, hero, we will win back our proud name. Now let us away to Wineport and meet with the captain of the militia. That'll have to wait. I need to go to Camp Tranquil. I have a story beat to finish. We're going to extend this a little bit longer. I want to try to at least get to a certain cutscene. But I will admit, I'm probably only going to do a 25 to a half an hour boost. If it goes longer than half an hour and I don't get to the cutscene, or I'm not even close, then I'm probably going to end it. At last, the Science Man deigns to grace me with his presence. A pity that we have no time for pleasantries. Our first destination is Isimhar. Come, we are late enough as it is. Smokey the Bear would be upset with me. Yes, this location should suffice. Once I finish calibrating my instruments, I will require but a moment to take the necessary measurements. I trust I need not explain that my work can suffer no interruptions? Then please, stand at an appropriate distance and keep watch for wild beasts. This is familiar. At least these are dying faster. I see we have both completed our respective tasks, a satisfactory outcome, though. If I could make one suggestion, you might try to dispatch your foes more quietly in future. I do not like to pick fault, but I really must be allowed to concentrate. Now then, snake mold awaits, shall we? How about I just let them pick over your bones? Pretty sure your death wouldn't be quiet. Being able to fly makes this storyline so much completion so much faster. Right about here, yes. As before, I would ask that you keep an eye out for dangerous beasts as they work. Stop blood-sucking me, little bitch. Die. Fascinating. These readings are not all what I had expected. Though perhaps that should come as no surprise. I am not given the superstition, but there is a queer, almost blasphemous air hereabouts. Let us quit this place and return to Roots Lake. We have one more site to survey. As before, my guardian, pray leave me to my task and ensure our safety. Yeah, that's right. I smacked half of your life off. Ah, more. This data should provide invaluable too. Ye gods, what is that stench? Did you slaughter a creep of adamantoises while my back was turned? Quickly now, to Camp Tranquil. I will not have my clothing reeking of blood and offal. You chose to paddle in the Ichor a while longer. I take it. No matter, I took advantage of my unexpected privacy and performed a cursory analysis of my data. It would appear that there has been a measurable decrease in Eorzea's ambient aether concentration since the calamity. However, this data is far from conclusive. We must take additional measurements to confirm my assessment. Ooh, durability drop. Or a silver piece. The least among us. For our next survey, I would have you escort me to Earth's fount. The ambient aether concentrations there are so high that crystalline structures form spontaneously. Consequently, anomalous fluctuations should be much easier to detect. Brilliant, yes? Now don't bother answering. That was rhetorical. Now come along. What an ass. We've made almost 20,000 gil today. Meager gains compared to what my main can pull in. I could pull 500 grand in half an hour. And that's just mindless grinding. I wish I could fly higher, so that way I could clear a lot of the area instead of having to go around. But oh well. Huh? What do you mean? Oh, there's the Monarch Ogre fly. Ooh, these guys might pull onto me. Should be more than familiar with the procedure by now. Pray find a suitable position from which to keep watch while I take measurements. Oh no. Do I have to do another trial? Yes, quite high. It's still remarkably lower than the historical measurements taken near the end of the 6th Astral Era. Could the presence of a primal account for the difference, or is there something else? Oh, I pulled in 20 grand today from the stream. Like I said, I can make hundreds of thousands in half an hour, so it's kind of a pittance. Something else. Scion, come here. I need you. Oh, never mind. Yeah, this part. It's Wilred. Fear not, my friends, help has arrived. There you are, Hero. Rory and I were worried when you and your charge failed to return at the appointed hour. Gutted like a hog. But not by one, though. These runes are made with the blade. Doesn't look like he put up much of a fight, either. Nary a mark on his sword or his shield. I've heard nothing of any Crystal Brave operations in this area. What cause had Wilred to come here? Well, what should we do? You will see to the Scholar's protection, Hero. Aye, and the boy's remains. You should return to the Rising Stones. The antecedent will want to know what happened here. And so do I. If Hoary Boulder had a slightly different hairstyle, he'd remind me of Kuwabara. Looks like some people are farming over here. Ah, interesting. Of course. I did pick up that Blizzard game pack, the retro game pack, back when it first came out for PlayStation. And we'll be playing Blackthorn at some point. Nostalgia. Welcome home, Hero. I gather you found Totaro and Limsa Laminza. My, it sounds as though she had quite an adventure, and while it did not end as she had hoped, I suspect that it will prove to be a valuable experience. I dare say she could have managed without our intervention. Even so, I appreciate you indulging my request. I'll take the gill. Hero, you are returned, and you seem troubled. Did the role of escort chafe so? Wilred, dead. Mayhap murdered. By the 12, how can that be? I will send word to Alphino at once. He will want to conduct a full investigation, and send word to Wilred's family. Gods, he was just a boy. Who would do this, and why? But I am sorry, Hero. Doubtless this weighs heavy on your heart. We have already imposed upon you so much. Pray take some time for yourself. I dare say you have more than earned a respite. After all, we will be most busy with preparations as the banquet draws near. Should other adventurers summon you elsewhere, perhaps now is the time to heed their call. In order to progress to the main oh no! No! I didn't know it had to be this early! In order to progress to the main scenario, you must first complete certain quests in the Crystal Tower series. Fudge! Damn it. That means I gotta do 3 raids before I can finish. Damn. I knew it was, at some point it was gonna be important, but I didn't know it was gonna be that important that early. Shit. Well, I guess we'll go start that chain in the 15 minutes I got left. Ah! Damn it. Do I have it started? I think it's this one. Yeah, right. I was hoping to plow straight into Heaven's Word, but no, gotta do 3 raids first. I don't really come into contact to this thing until later. Well, time to go meet a new Scion. Why, if it isn't Hero himself? I was not expecting such a celebrated guest. To what do I owe the honor of this visit? You were directed here, you say, by a man clad in foreign garb. Well, the opportunity you spoke of must surely refer to our latest anthropogeographical endeavor. That was a mouthful. Quite how he came to know of it is another matter. All knowledge of this project was supposed to be restricted to my organization. That is something for me to ponder in private. You are here now, and your services will, I am certain, prove invaluable. I must warn you, however, that the venture we have in mind is no simple excavation. An unprepared or incautious adventurer could very well find himself in an unplanned and unpleasant journey to Thalsolan halls. Knowing this, do you still wish to lend us your cooperation? Yeah, I need to do this. I rather thought you would say that. Your courage is scarcely a secret. Now, the first. Hero, I thought it was you. Hey, Sid, what's up? What brings you to St. Coinox? Don't tell me. The Alliance has sent you on another realm-shaking, history-making mission to lay low an apparently insuperable foe, yes? No? Ah, I see you two are already acquainted. That is well. Master Garland, our intrepid hero here, caught wind of the forthcoming expedition and has kindly pledged to assist us. He has he? Glad to have you aboard, hero. You don't have the faintest idea what you volunteered for, do you? Very well, let us begin at the beginning. The Sons of St. Coinox are tasked with unearthing the secrets of the long-fallen Alagon Empire, and this present endeavor aims to delve more deeply into the civilization's mysteries than ever before. Ah, but I know that look. In the event that you feel ill-equipped to contribute even on the subject of Alagon archaeology, I invite you to recall your encounter with the ultimate weapon. That mechanical monstrosity represented a feat of engineering far beyond aught Garlemald could presently achieve. Nerotoskeva simply awoke it. I mention this by way of a reminder that you have had what one might term extensive first-hand experience with the notable Alagon relic. In short, you're practically an archaeologist. Convenient. Now to the core of the matter. Here in Mordona, there stands an entire Alagon structure which you have yet to investigate. I speak, of course, of the Crystal Tower. After witnessing the destructive capabilities of the Ultima weapon and the lesser Dalamud before it, it seems wise to treat any remnants from that era with the utmost caution. They must be analyzed, monitored, and, above all, kept from falling into the wrong hands. To put it plain, I have no wish to see another megalomaniacal legatus wield one of those weapons. It was this thought which first moved me to contact the Sons and propose that the tower be explored. For several millennia, the Crystal Tower remained hidden, buried deep underground. But like so many other things that were better left undisturbed, the structure was freed from its stony prison by the great upheaval which accompanied the coming of the Seventh Umbral Era. Bahamut was the cause. And now stands revealed in all its splendor, a gleaming spear of crystal pointed at the bosom of the heavens. It's a rock. Shocking. We believed the tower to be the repository of much of the ancients' wisdom. Unfortunately, its entrance is guarded by formidable defenses, and we cannot so much as peep through the keyhole, much less set foot inside. The defenses take the form of statues carved into the likeness of giant swordsmen. The 8 sentinels, as the Sons are wont to call them, is the first barrier we must overcome. But, they're in pairs, so I kind of consider it the 4 sentinels. There's only 4 elements. Why not simply fly over them in an airship, you ask? It's been tried before. Any vessel that ventures too close to the tower is blasted out of the air. We either destroy those statues or the front door is forever beyond our reach. Why not leave it alone, then? If you can't get in, more than likely no one else can. My colleagues and I are ill-suited to negotiating such deadly hazards. Thus, if we are to gain access to the tower's secrets, we must needs to employ the services of an experienced adventurer. It will be difficult and dangerous, hero, but I can think of no finer man for the task. Well, I thank you. If I didn't know better, I'd say you had a taste for these deadly escapades. I look forward to working with you again. Yes, Sid, I concur. There is much and more to be done before we can begin the expedition proper. Take some time to prepare yourself, and I shall explain the challenges that lie ahead. Thank God they streamlined this. This used to be a bitch to attune to this raid. Thankfully, they condensed it, and it's a lot easier. Our first objective is to reach the entrance to the Crystal Tower. As I previously mentioned, however, that will prove no easy task. The entrance is guarded by powerful defense mechanisms, each utilizing one of the 4 elements of fire, water, wind, or earth. Anyone attempting to simply stroll past these unsleeping sentinels invites swift obliteration. Based on Master Garland's analyses, however, we are reasonably certain that the attacks of these lethal contraptions can be reflected using the crystal of their corresponding element. Naturally, these crystals must be of surpassing clarity, free of the slightest impurities, much like the flawless specimens used by the beastmen in their primal summoning rituals. Mayhap I should have said exactly like the specimens they used. Were there any other way, we could not ask this of you, but we need someone to enter the Beast Tribe's strongholds and liberate their perfect crystals. For the moment, I would have you focus on obtaining 2 of the 4 crystals we require. Pray make for La Nocia, where both the Sapsis spawning grounds and Ugmoro mines are located. You may be certain that the materials used in the Beastmen's sacred rituals will be well defended. Whether you choose to venture there alone or with companions, I shall leave you to your discretion. But whatever you do, please be careful. Alright, so basically now I gotta go to specialized fates in the areas, and then I have to kill the fate boss to get the crystals. Come back, I turn in the crystals, and then the next phase begins. But, do I do it? I guess I can see if one of them's up. Whoops. The fate shouldn't be too bad to do. I think they also tweaked the fates so they're better managed. Because the fates, if I remember correctly, not only was this a convoluted quest chain, but the fates were also ridiculous hard, and you couldn't do it solo. But I think they tweaked it so that you can. It also helps that I'm above the level 50 cap. Oh, it's Be the Devil, they're up. Question is, can I do that in 6 minutes? Or wait, did they give it to me immediately now? Could have sworn it was fate related. Well, if it's not fate related anymore, I'm not going to complain. Probably gonna pull some threat flying through here. Oops. Oh, yes, so much easier. Thank you, Square Enix. Alright, so I need to go to Ogmoro. Mine, so camp overlook and outer. I'm so glad that they streamlined this. Oh, thank God. And it's even easier because I could just fly straight into the damn mine. Oh good, I have my return spell up too. By the way, little bro, your reminded me of Legacy of Kain. Oh, I need to go here? I wish I don't have to go that far in. You gonna come in? Oh, I thought so. It reminded me of the blood fountains. Don't be greedy, little vampire. Alright, go back to Mordona. We can turn this in. And then all I have to do is finish the other 2 crystals. Yeah, we'll go do that. There are talks about possible remake of the Legacy of Kain series. I would love to play those games updated. Hell, I already have them in the original versions. I'll play those for the channel. The blood of ages flows so sweet. Come, drink from us. Never did finish that game, but I will definitely blast through that entire series. How progress your efforts in infiltrating the Beastmen strongholds? So these are the famed flawless crystals of the Beast tribes. I have seen countless specimens from I know not how many excavations, but nothing to compare to these. Their purity is astounding. You've done well, hero. With these in our possession, we lack only the crystals of fire and wind. The former lies in Zaharak, the war camp of the Amalja and Thanalin. The latter in Natalan, the roost of the Ixil in the hills of Kurthus. You can expect them to be as closely guarded as the first 2, if not more so. Still, I look forward to receiving word of your resounding success. Really? Really, dude? They were not very well guarded. I swooped in, completely murked the guy in question, and got the hell out of there. Killed 2 more mobs, grabbed 2 more crystals, turn them in, get to the next part, then we're gonna quit. We're going southeast. Can I fly over the mountain? I can. Yes. Oh, I'm gonna get pulled by that wind talon. Oh, you range, bitch. Oh, you healed. The Amalja, so I need to go to Forgotten Springs. think I've used like 15 Aetherite tickets today. I really need to start farming those, so that way I don't run out. That's part of my secret of not of having so much money. Not paying for ports, not paying for repairs. Alright, that's as high as I can fly, so I kind of technically have to go around things. This one's probably going to pull some ads. Cheeky placement. Come on. Come on, you little bitch. Don't mind my voice cracking. Alright. Back to Mordona it is. Ah, damn it. Now the question is am I gonna tank, heal, or DPS the Crystal Tower raids? Maybe I'll run around as a Dragoon. Who knows? Hero, it's good to see you. Tell me, were you able to obtain the remaining crystals from the Beastmen? Here's your Christmas colors. Wonderful. With all 4 crystals in hand, we are now ready to proceed to the next stage of our preparations. Ah, I hope I did not give you the impression that we would be embarking on our journey to the Crystal Tower just yet. Alas, there is another step which must be completed ere we come to that. While the crystals you acquired are indeed flawless, they are of little use to us in their present form. If they are to reflect the elemental forces of the tower's defenses, they must needs be cut and polished. A process which calls for a very particular set of materials, not a set of skills. Procuring them will be a challenge in itself, I fear. Needless to say, we will be requiring your services once again. Great. Sanding it down. A silver piece? I'll take the friggin' critical strike. If the flawless crystals you procured for us are to retain their elemental purity during the shaping process, a very specific set of abrasive substances will be required. Well, I say substances, but one might just as well call them one substance, namely aether sand, which has 4 elementally aspected varieties. Alas, aether sand is neither common nor cheap. Indeed, it is not unusual for the abrasive to exceed the value of the precious stones it is used to polish. Given the rarity of the materials in question, the Goldsmiths Guild in Nulda seemed the likeliest place to purchase the quantity we require. When I contacted the guildmaster, however, I was informed that no aether sand was currently available. Though I requested that word be sent as soon as new stock came in, I have yet to receive aught but apologies. I should mention at this point that I placed the order sometime before you procured the flawless crystals. I am well aware that acquiring aether sand is no small feat, of course, and I am not an impatient man, but I fear the more we delay our investigation, the greater the risk that the tower secrets may fall into the hands of other, less savory parties. That is why I wish to entrust you with the payment for our purchase, and send you to speak directly with Guildmaster Serendipity. Mayhap the presence of such a distinguished personage will spur the guild into action. In any event, it is my hope that when next we meet, you will have found at least one of the 4 varieties of aether sand we require. Hi-ho, Aether, away! Yeah, I know, I said I was going to quit after this, but we're just going to go ahead and take care of this part right fast, then I'm going to go back to the house, put Lefty away, and then we will be done. For sure. Ah, Master Hero. Welcome, welcome. What brings you here, if I may ask? A bulging gill pouch, brimming to burst. You're here on behalf of the Sons of St. Koinok. What fortunate timing! I was just about to contact Master Ambrose with the news that we finally managed to acquire a quantity of fire-aspected aether sand. I'm afraid it may be some time before we can supply the other 3 varieties, but you are welcome to settle accounts for that which we have now. Pray speak with Jamim over the... I do beg your pardon. It seems she's assisting another customer. Come on, there must be something you can do. Without that sand, we'll have to rethink our whole design. I sympathize with your plight, sir, but as I explained, the aether sand in question is already spoken for. If you'd like to reserve the next shipment, then I would be happy to accept the funds you've offered as partial payment. Partial? Are you saying it's not enough? I'm already stretching our research budget as it is. I suppose a man could do without a midday meal for a year or 2. Okay. Hero, it's been too long. What brings you here, then? Got your eye on something expensive, have you? A fat stack of coin. Well now, this is quite a money pouch. Yeah, I've heard that before. The sound of so many gill clinking together is strangely satisfying, is it not? Calming, and yet invigorating at the same time. Oh no, you're here for the blooming aether sand, aren't you? Well, I can't deny the Alagon civilization's a subject worth researching. The chief said he was looking for something big, but we never thought to ask him what. Wedge and I have been too busy tinkering with a new airship design to think of much else, see? Well, I say tinkering, wrestling would be more like it. So after much wringing of hands and gnashing of teeth, we've managed to put together a prototype crystal-powered propulsion system. We got the idea for it when we heard how you lot had used a corrupted crystal on board the Enterprise. As a matter of fact, anyway, to cut a long story short, our design calls for all 4 varieties of aether sand. And that's why I can't just relinquish my claim on this batch here, even for you, lad. How are we meant to usher in a brave new age of technological innovation, if not by technologically innovating, eh? Well, I hesitate to interrupt such an impassioned speech. Duty compels me to point out that this gentleman is a representative of the organization that reserved the aether sand in question, to mention nothing of the fact that this purse is considerably larger than yours. Oh, it's like that, is it? Alright, this batch is yours, so I'll let you have it. But if you're going to take my sand, it's only fair that you grant me a role in this project of yours. I'll take that as a yes. It's not every day you get a chance to experiment with the wonders of the ancients. With any luck, they'll inspire me to think up another technological innovation or 2. Nope. Now then, from what you told me, I'm guessing you'll be needing the other 3 varieties of elementally aspected aether sand as well, right? Then rather than simply sitting on your rump waiting for a shipment that may never come, I recognize your time would be better spent looking for the stuff yourself, and it just so happens that I know of a good place to start. There is said to be a peddler in northern Thanlin who, very occasionally, handles the earth-aspected variety of aether sand. Wedge is in the process of confirming the rumor as we speak. I know what you're thinking. When did my timid little friend decide he didn't need me to hold his hand anymore? The answer being, just the other day. Seems to have been inspired by a certain adventurer's heroic example. I thought he was joking when he volunteered to go to Thanlin without me. I just hope he manages to stay out of trouble. Head out to Blue Fog, and you should find him poking about with his new bodyguard. Oh, did I mention her? Aye, Wedge thought it might be wise to hire an adventurer to accompany him. just in case your heroic example turned out to be less inspiring than he first thought. Alright, that'll be later. The stream has gone on way too long. Well, minus the giant wrench in the works of the fact that I have to delve through the entire Crystal Tower storyline, in order to continue with the main story, we made quite a bit of progress. I'm pretty sure that right after we finish Crystal Tower, we'll be right at the end of A Realm Reborn. My house looks so basic. I need to actually up my crafting and stuff. Alright. Alright, Lefty, I know your place is dirty, but it's time for bed. Alright, everyone. Well, little brother, thank you for joining up and keeping me company while we did this. For those of y'all in the future, if you liked it, go ahead and give me a thumbs up by hitting that like button. Subscribe to my channel if you're not a subscriber to my content. Keep up with the content. Comment down below, tell me what you think about the game and my gameplay. There are no spoilers, please. And I'll see you in the next video. Catch you then. Later. Yeah, Crystal Meth Edition. Oh, that's funny. Alright, peace, little bro. Howdy!